Welcome back to That Talking Thing. I'm Kim.
I'm Jason.
This is episode 7, season 2.
We have some business topics. First one up here, I saw a Reddit post that had like a collection of 20 cognitive biases cognitive biases that were business related. And so one of them was interesting to me. It's called the labor illusion. And short definition is that people value things more when they see the work behind them. And some examples given in that post were like working in public and sharing all the work that you're doing. So I thought this relates to our business. That if people see us, maybe part of like having a blog post twice a week and an email, you're like, what do they care that I'm working on some technical problem with Stripe that they shouldn't even have to worry about? But maybe seeing that activity makes them feel better. Like, oh, there's people doing things to help my business, and I don't know what they're talking about, but it makes me feel good. Is that something that we should think about for our business and lean into, the labor illusion?
Can I clarify that the labor illusion is that this is a successful...
People value it more if they see the work that went into it.
They're not,
or watching someone make a sandwich, and then you're like, that's a great sandwich, I eat it. Because
they're not saying people don't value it. They're saying people do. The illusion...
They value more when they see the work that went into something.
And the Reddit article is affirming this.
I mean, I don't know what this labor illusion, I didn't do my research here. There's probably some like psychologists at a university that first discovered this, and Harvard Business School. I don't know where it really came from. Are you assuming maybe it's not true? We shouldn't.
I want to think about it for my own
That's
sake.
a really good
so
point. Let's make sure it's actually valid. We're like, hey, someone said we should do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you yourself believe that you prefer products that appear to be actively being developed?
Software products that are being developed. I like seeing activity. It feels like alive. Like, oh, people.
I feel like Newsletter Glue is an example of this.
Yeah.
Leslie Pizza, very publicly
Yeah.
developing the product, learning how to market the product, sharing screenshots and wireframes of things before they're developed to get like public opinion. And maybe that's a small team thing. We have each other, so we kind of share those things more with one another versus the public. But the scary part is that you talk about things that don't exist yet or being developed, and they never come. They never release.
Everyone wants what do you call that? The roadmap.
The roadmap.
What's your roadmap? When are you going to get that done? It's not usually that easy. Stuff always takes longer, and then they just get mad.
What would you share today about what you worked on? I'll tell you if I care.
If you care. I was working on the license update.
Okay.
And we have to have 2 versions of our license server, basically, so that people who don't upgrade right away, their stuff doesn't break because the server changed. So I'm figuring that out. Does that help to this is what I'm doing. I'm making sure your site doesn't break before you upgrade. I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah. Or
it shows a thoughtfulness. It shows.
A lot of our customers are businesses too, so maybe they see us. Sometimes we share the business ideas. Like we're updating our pricing, and I'm thinking about how the decisions we made. Like we could make an article out of that. If you're updating your pricing, how do you avoid breaking everyone's site when you push out, a new pricing kind of a thing? If that's your product, I guess.
I would worry also that this invites critique, commentary, challenges from people, and it would be a lot of work or a small amount of work, but maybe a displeasurable experience to invite feedback, because I think people who build in public are maybe small team, solo team. They're sharing for feedback and they're using that feedback. I wouldn't expect us to use the general public's feedback. You would post that and they would say, well, why are you building your own license server? What the hell is wrong with you?
I would encourage you to engage with it as much as I have time for, and just we make decisions, stand by them, and be ready to defend them. And that reminds me too. Sometimes folks say hey, can you do this? And then you say, oh yeah, we kind of almost do that, but we could build that, and then we build it, and I built it for you, and they're like, they're like, I'd rather that you had already built. Like, I don't like that you just built it. It feels like hacky. I'd rather you had if it was already a feature. It's like the opposite of this labor illusion. Like, if I don't see how it was made, I assume it was made better than, it was just bolted on after a support request. Is that related to what you're saying in terms of? Yeah. Worry about the downsides. I don't know. Yeah.
I would.
How could we experiment and find out?
I wouldn't start with product stuff. I would probably start with business decisions.
Yeah.
Teasing like content we're developing to get, and almost in the nature of like, we're working on a piece about subscription fatigue right now. Literally, they're working on a piece.
Yeah.
How do you keep the people paying you over and over and over again?
Right.
From writing your name on a list and saying, I don't really need that thing anymore.
I mean, that's good. Like, if we kind of tease the stuff we're writing about, people can think about it. And maybe some of that feedback does come in. They're like, well, what about this big question? And we're like, shoot, that wasn't in our outline. Maybe we should address that.
The question is something like, did you recently cancel a subscription service you paid for a lot of years, and why? Mm-hmm. And it's, I hate Spotify, so I canceled my Spotify subscription because they support people I can't support.
But you can get that talking thing on Spotify. Check it out.
Oops, are we not supposed to say that?
It's okay.
But it would enrich the article to have people's perspectives and feedback and quotes.
I think so the theory is that people value something more because they saw how it was made. We don't really test how much people value things. What is that, NFT score? If we had an NFT score survey some point in our customer flow.
NPS.
NPS. What's NFT? Oh,
what's
NFTs.
an NFT?
NFTs. Sorry. Non-fungible token. No, the NPS score.
NPS.
So what does NPS
Net
stand
Promoter
for?
Score.
Net Promoter Score. It's that question. Are you? How likely are you to recommend this to a friend? That kind of one. Yeah. So if we did that, you would expect the number to go up.
Yes.
If they saw more about how it was made, or it doesn't have to be active development. It could be like previous development. It's like a video of like the coders like at screens, and then I turn like, oh, I didn't know you were there. Hi, I'm Jason. We're just building Paid Memberships Pro and keeping it running.
That's cute.
Is that cute? And they're like, oh, like that's right. There's people behind there that make this thing.
That made me think of car commercials where they show a car being assembled.
Right. Yeah.
That's what this is.
Maybe that. Yeah.
I think. And always in a more glorious, clean,
of course,
and
yeah.
Workers' rights promoting way than reality. Probably, if we thought about how
it's not like a random.
There's a lot of companies that. Clothing brands we use whose products are made in ways that they would never want to
it's
show.
It's always like showing the mill or like, making it look like someone builds it in their garage. And you're like, no.
Like the huge dairy conglomerate and it's like a small farmer hand milking a cow.
Yeah.
No.
So maybe we just need like.
But ours is not. Ours is transparent and beautiful and non-abusive.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll file this away. It might be something to think about.
I'm down.
We can brainstorm on that, get some good ideas.
Okay, my idea, my topic. I was thinking about content creation. And for our product, who's the best buyer and what's our marketing funnel?
Okay.
And we talk about creating content for people at all stages of the membership site journey.
Yeah.
But honestly, people in the mid to late stage, they're not converting to our product. That's not a way to get new people necessarily because it is challenging to migrate systems.
Mid to late stage, they already have a membership.
If you have an existing membership site and I create content like the subscription fatigue article, that is for somebody who has people paying them already, probably for a long time, has their whole membership site set up. Some portion of the people coming to read that article may be considering migrating, but most of them are reading that article for advice for their existing product, their existing setup. And some of them are in our funnel already, are already our customer. So why should we create more for just getting started people content almost exclusively or think about it as some type of mix?
Is that like when we looked at TikTok videos, I was looking at business topics and it was business ideas.
Yes.
So like
All
there's like,
ideas.
the business tag, like there, I don't forget what it was. There's like 3,000 videos about business generally, but then like business ideas, 300,000 videos.
Because
It's all that's what people are interested in.
yes, that's when they're searching. That's when they're able to make a decision, able to add you to their short list of considered products.
All right, that makes sense. Like lean the focus towards like the ideal customer. I had a similar thought like this. I was thinking about how people might come to our website and they don't even have a website yet.
Yes.
And then we think of ways like, is there a way we could talk to them and say, oh, like use our preferred host and click their button and set up WordPress and then come back to us and set up Paid Memberships Pro. And it's kind of like it's another customer we're not serving so well.
Right.
So it does like broaden the funnel, which is nice. But like you said, if we're not really optimizing the center target, the person who already has a WordPress website but doesn't have a membership plugin yet,
right,
and picks like that's the juiciest customer. Let's focus on him or her. And people who don't have a website yet, maybe there's a way to do it like intentionally where we don't have to convert them yet, but we just kind of like get their email so we can talk to them later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or what is the right mix?
I guess that's I guess it's a question of like if we feel we should go for that target, but if we feel like there's no gains there, it's good to reach outside. Another version of this was.
But what we might be doing is like reaching down. So when we do an article like a subscription fatigue article, that's this.
Okay. Yeah.
It's for a completely different audience, and
yeah,
we don't have as many opportunities to convert.
Does it help them? Does it help with renewals? Because if they're already our customer, it's like, look at this content that we give you. But
it's still within our own world already. It doesn't help our future dreams to growth necessarily.
That makes sense to me. I don't feel like I would never make any content. I think it's good to have like a mixture, but it does make sense to focus on, like we did all that research of who's our target customer.
So how heavily would you say? If you wanted to write content for...
Like half the content is going there? I don't know.
I agree.
It's kind of, sometimes these systems that help you find something, they're trying to find related images. So they show you the ones that look most related. But those algorithms will always throw some curveballs. Because if it's all the same thing, you kind of like can go down get stuck in a corner. Okay. You need some curveballs. I don't know if that could happen here.
Maybe it's part of this labor illusion.
How are you going to know? It's like feature-wise, too, I think of that. There was some feature, and I was like, oh, we shouldn't put this in the core plugin because only like 20% of people use it. And I was like, oh, 20% of our current users.
Yes.
There's these other users that aren't using it yet, and maybe 50% of them would use it if we had it in the core plugin kind of a thing. That's
interesting. Maybe the act of having content for later stage shows the people just entering that are new that they're going to have resources for me later.
Yeah. That might make them feel it's like, we don't need this now, but I like that.
There's an option.
Yeah, they're thinking about this. How did this question come up about the marketing funnels? And
I was in the shower and I had a moment of inspiration.
Yeah.
Is that what you... I haven't talked to anyone else on the team about it.
Were you working on that blog post? You're like, why are we working on that? It doesn't seem as useful as some other blog post topic.
I was thinking about our goal.
Right.
And growing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about how does content marketing relate to that. When they create outlines and publish content, I would love if an early step of that was identifying where in the funnel are these people and how far along in their membership site creation journey are they? Because one thing that a lot of our content lacks is a clear call to action or a clear answer to what comes next. You get to the bottom of the article, and that's the end. You can navigate to the previous article. There's no interconnection between them. So if we don't know who the intended audience is and where they are in their membership journey, we can't write a call to action. And if we don't know where they are in the funnel, then our call to action will fall flat.
Yeah, it's true. I have a couple thoughts. One is maybe that's okay or some of the time that's okay because some content that we create should have a clear call to action. Like this really is like a net trying to capture a customer. And some of it is just trying to build authority or benefit. Maybe it is okay that the person reading that post isn't our ideal customer, or like, but if it's good content, it's shareable and in our domain and builds authority. It helps it get shared. They think about it later when they build another membership site. They come back, so it's kind of like it's okay to have some more of those vibes out. But I agree that the focus should be there. But another thing I thought about with regards to call to action in the shower, I was thinking about our blog in the shower too today.
This was a few days ago.
Okay,
but
was
that
today.
shower is a portal.
Yeah, man. At the end of our blog post, we have this big like author block, and it's really cool to give credit to the people behind. Maybe it's a labor illusion, showing how it's made a little bit, but at the same time, that's really prime real estate. And I was looking at some other blog earlier, or like I was reading that book about blog design. It had newspaper layout, and it was like the on a newspaper, the people who write are really important. On our site, not so much. I mean, it's nice to share. Maybe it's nice to see, but it's not like, the people have paid columns on our blog. The blog, there's another purpose to that. It's to help you.
Yes.
So swapping out that author space or minimizing the author and having a bigger call to action.
I could see
or like
moving
the
that to...
add-ons are the add-ons that we talk about, or our products are the features that's more important
cute.
to people.
If it links to any add-ons, show little blocks that sell those things.
Something like that.
It has to be magic. It has to
like automatic.
use AI or
so
something.
You don't have to go back and change all these blog posts by hand. Yeah.
I could see moving the author block to a sidebar, maybe
make it shorter or something it doesn't have to have everyone's face.
A lot of the best call to actions are mixed within the content, almost like advertisements.
Yes, yeah.
So you can't trust that somebody gets to the bottom of an article, but about a third of the way through, that's where I would put some upsell type thing, a content upgrade.
Yeah, it could almost like another advertisement. That could be fun. Just
but if we
insert
don't know,
it randomly at the third. Hey, we link to an add-on.
Yes.
Insert an ad for it basically in the third paragraph. This article talks about this add-on. That's awesome.
Part of our Plus plan.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. Take some notes.
Someone write that down.
Good ideas.
Cute. Good.
Thanks. We got a couple more business topics.
Save them for next time?
Yeah, next time.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.